Lookuptv. Remember, you can watch this particular show live across all our social media platforms and also on YouTube and Facebook at Lookuptv. And you can as well engage with us on that particular platform at Lookuptv. That is, you can talk to us, tag us, let us know. If just fresh from matters of politics and how heated things are in the political arena in the country. But we jump straight away to matters furniture and the furniture business here in the country. Now, it could be a reprieve for those in the furniture business, because if anything, or the sentiments by recent sentiments by President William Ruto in regards to banning the importation of furniture, beds, all those things, and ensuring that we get to rely on or making our own furniture in the country to promote the local industry is anything to go by. And then it could be a big reprieve and a big boost to those in that particular industry here in the country. And this morning, to of course expound more on that particular industry, that is the matters of furniture and of course the business itself, is Mr. David Wambugu from Turi Furnitures. A very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
As I was talking about the president's directive saying that we should ban the importation of furniture.
Oh yes.
You were smiling. Could be a reprieve for you guys.
Of course, yes.
But before we get into that,
Right.
talk to us about Turi Furniture.
Turi Furniture.
Yes.
Turi Furniture is is an upcoming company which have about 30 workers, youths, most probably youths, and we are located along Thika Road, Loisambu. And our aim is to take life to the next level and to make your house look wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, first things first, what motivated you to get into the furniture business in the country?
All right. What motivated me, because I had done a lot of business there before, and I would say that a name is power, and my name Motuli comes from my name Motuli, and Motuli is my surname. And when I was growing up, I could see my father was a carpenter, and that really motivated me, and I really wanted to continue the vision that he was doing previously. So one day I promised my dad that where you left, I must continue with your dream, and that's what motivated me to continue the dream of my dad.
Now, talking about continuing with the dream, your dad's dream.
Exactly.
The business in itself here in the country is a bit competitive because there are many furniture businesses here in the country. But of course, we do know that food is essential to the furniture business. Recently, the president lifted the ban on logging of trees on state forests, and there has been reported rapid invasion of these forests by various people, especially those in different business sectors. But in your capacity as Turi Furnitures,
yes,
how was the lifting of that particular ban helped in probably boosting your business in regards to you can now maybe get or easily access food and things that you used to
Of course, banning of importation, that's one of answered prayer in the people that we do furnitures. And also banning of furnitures, it have helped a lot of youth now to join casual work. Like you see, initially, because we didn't have a lot of clients, but when it was banned, we are now getting a lot of clients from all over the country, and it have really helped us, since because we have people from transport. We are employing people for transportation. We are employing people that were in the office. They are now coming to us because furnitures are getting more expensive. And we have a lot of clients from all over the country. And I really thank our government because of banning, now promoting our own and our local companies. I really thank our president for that.
In a bid to promote these local companies, and of course, like you've alluded to, the banning of importation of furniture and all that by the president is in a bid to ensure that we get to improve our local market, which is directly benefiting those in the furniture industry, just like you.
Exactly.
But all that again comes with challenges, because now if at all you are getting more customers, it means you have to go an extra mile to ensure that you can be able to satisfy your customers. So probably, what could be the challenges? Because in as much as you're getting many more customers is a plus for you, satisfying these customers is another thing. In regards to, you now have to go for more raw materials.
Exactly.
So how do you handle that as a challenge?
That challenge, I employ more people. You see, and because we are getting a lot of orders, and sometimes it's challenge to us to satisfy every client that's come on our way. So we get that we take a lot of duration. Sometimes we could deliver within 3 days, but currently maybe we are taking like 2 weeks because orders are many, and we have to look for more resources. You have to look for more materials, and now. But when it's a good problem to us, because we want now to enlarge our territory. We want to open more branches. We want to employ more people. So anything come with benefits, advantage or disadvantage. So the only problem we have is time of delivering the orders that were given by the clients. That's only the challenge that I could say that it has come in between.
Okay, Mr. Mbugu.
Yes.
That is one of the challenges in regards to probably satisfying your customers.
Exactly.
What about the challenges that you guys, face in the industry as key industry players in the furniture business?
We have a few challenges there and there. First, we have maybe we started something that we call you can pay lipa mdogo mdogo, and we see because we don't have any security. Sometimes clients can take a sofa, maybe worth like 100,000, and they only pay 50%, and the rest we get trouble when we go asking our debts. The other challenge we have, we don't have a lot of expertise. We really first take them and train them, and most of people that we get people from maybe I say a low class, and others we take them from the drugs and we train them to become our carpenters today. So those are the challenges we have in our company, because we don't have a lot of people that are expertise in our areas. And then the other thing, we have a problem of transport. Maybe sometimes I have a client from Mombasa, and they cannot pay. Most of clients, they say, I'll pay after delivery, because maybe they don't have that surety that whatever they have seen, because most of times we market through social media, and then social media go viral. It can go maybe to Nyandarua County, where I come from, and most of our clients, they say, no, I'll pay when I see what I want. You get? And maybe the transport to Nyandarua is challenge, because they charge a lot of money. Maybe to transport one set of sofa from Thika Road to Nyandarua, it will cost around 20,000. Wow. So that's the challenge that we have, because you can see something in social media and then you have not seen it live. You trust what you have seen is what you're gonna be delivered.
Well, okay. Now, you've talked about you employing more people, and of course, this is an industry that probably many youth don't want to engage in, because it is termed as probably a casual job or an odd job. But at the end of the day, it is a form of employment, and maybe from your end, because if at all a youth out there doesn't really want to engage in such a business, because of most people do have preferences of what they do. But like I've said, it is a form of employment. From your experience, yes, as Turi Furnitures, what would you say is probably, or how has your business been in terms of, profit making, and you being able to probably, fend for your family, or, make ends meet, so in regards to the gains you've made from this particular industry, or from this particular, being in this particular business, is it a job that you'd say is can make you be able to cater for all your needs? And in addition to that, the business is always ever evolving. Today you'll have this design, or this type of design, probably for a seat or for a bed. Tomorrow there are new designs. The industry is always evolving. How do you, as Turi Furnitures, handle that? Because probably every day you might get new designs. I might come with my own design today. Tomorrow that is probably outdated. And as time goes by, there are furnitures that probably do not need, because initially or earlier, most furnitures, everything in regards to furniture required wood and all that. But as time goes by, the intake, or the requirement to use wood as probably reduced. So how do you deal with the ever evolving needs in this particular business?
All right. Every day we come up with a new version. We don't stay in one ground. We keep looking. Go to the internet, look the designs that are coming. So before they reach here in Kenya, we have already made like 3 samples. And you are my client, and you want to become, you want a new customized, we call it customized design. We have our own stock. The stock you can come or take and pay. But there is other ones that you can come with your own design. We have an expertise. Like now we have, in our company, we have like 4 types of employee. One is to design. The other one is it's to work with the TIBA, and the other one is to do the design. You get? And the other one is to work on our social medias. The other one is to look for new design, the latest version that are coming in, so that you don't to be left out with the old versions. So we are always ahead of time. Before the furniture is imported here in Kenya, we had already done like 4 or 5 design to try. And sometimes maybe I have a beige color in my stock. Maybe my client want a white one. We have material that you have imported. So we have selection of material. We have yellow, you have all types of colors, and we have different touch. Because the others want hand material, the other ones velvet. So, but when we started, we had a lot of challenge, because maybe we didn't have a lot of stock to keep all types of material that we want. We didn't have, maybe when you come with the design, we want you to pay like 50%. But currently, we thank God, because so far that we have gone, maybe even sometimes you don't need your deposit. Because even if you don't buy, we have a lot of clients. We outsource clients there out from the social media. Yes.
Well, you've talked about you having different categories of employees. If at all, because the banning of importation of furniture is a win on your end. Now, what is the what is the size of Turi Furniture in regards to taking in more people, creating employment for the youth out there?
I'm very happy and very delighted, because most of our youths are lost in drunkenness. And like now the expertise in my company are the people that initially they were those people that were lost in drunkenness, those people that they didn't have hope. And it's my desire to help more youths in this nation, because let me say, because I'm now retiring from youth according to my age, because I am a university material, and I looked job all over, and I called myself a meeting. I have something that I can do. And I have a big dream that I can show people the way. So the youth, even women and men, are coming to my company. And sometimes they do those things because they are desperate. They don't have something to do. And our government banning that, it will create more and more room for the youth. Because the people that are needed there, even my company, even if I have like 7 branches, I can't satisfy them. Because they are jobless there. And they are desperate. And they just want people to take their hands and tell them you can make it. Yes.
How many, probably, because you've talked about Turi furniture, it being, you're still growing.
Yes.
How many probably, first of all, do you specialize in just seats, or do you do beds? You do all types of furniture?
Yeah, currently we are doing beds, we are doing sofas, and we are doing dining tables, TV stand, and the tables itself.
How do you determine the prices of all these items that you make, all these furnitures that you make?
Take for example, I do a sample like this one, and then I'll calculate the costs, and then maybe I'll add like 3K for the profit. That's what I determine. You can bring me maybe a design, and I will just charge you. I must sit down, do my calculation, and then I will charge you. I will add like maybe 5,000 or 3,000 to the whole set. And also I have people that are salesperson. Most of people, they call them brokers, but myself, I call them sales. Salesman, I will do the same. I will earn my profit like 3,000, and then they will market with maybe like 5,000 on top, and they get their daily bread.
Now, of course, the ban on importation of furniture has not been, it is not yet in place.
It's true.
So, how does the importation of furniture here in the country affect your business?
I don't see that it affects me so much. It's affected by growing my business. So I would say it's a benefit to me. Doesn't affect my business. Whatever, what they can ban and maybe they will affect my business is the raw material. Because we have things we call like counter, we have taxes, we have material itself, like these ones. So that one can affect my business. But since that one is not banned, it has not affected my business. Anyway, it affected my business by growing to be a bigger thing.
Well, with the current, state of the Kenyan economy, and the ever skyrocketing, cost of living, and even the cost of commodities, including the raw materials that you've talked about, the counter and all that, because the prices are, skyrocketing. How do you juggle between being able to, get all those raw materials despite the cost that it comes with, because it is currently rising, and being able to ensure that you can also retain your customers in regards to ensuring that the prices are customer friendly?
One thing I make my client understand that the cost of living has gone up and everything has gone up. But one thing, we don't exaggerate our price, because it can affect, maybe like I was selling a set of sofa like 50,000. I will not exaggerate. I will just earn like 2,000. And you being a client and know everything that have risen up, you must understand. Most of our clients, they do understand, and we try to explain to them, because we tell them like maybe things like tax have increased, everything have increased, and the cost of living has increased. So even the product that we are producing, it have increased, but we don't exaggerate the price, because there are some people that really exaggerate. They want like 50% profit. No, that's not our aim. Our aim is to feel you comfortable, have good product, and we don't feel exaggerated on the cost of our products.
There's the plot on the revival of cotton industries here in the country. They're key players in this particular industry. for example, probably, say, there's the river tax
Yeah.
in Eldoret, which, engages in in probably these materials. How has, before the revival of that particular industry, if I'd say, and the cottage industry here in the country, how do you source these materials? Because you've talked about importing, but now with the revival of these industries, will that help in making it easier for you, and as well, despite the surging cost of living and the state of the Kenyan economy, if at all you're importing, but now you're buying it from the local market or the local industry, will you as well readjust the cost of this furniture to satisfy customers in regards to now the cost of importation? You've done away with the cost of importation. Will you replicate the same in terms of pricing, or does the pricing remain constant regardless of whether you import the goods or the raw materials or not?
No, for now we have not started using local material, and I tried once, but most of clients complained the quality of material is wanting. And maybe later in life, we're going to engage about that. But currently, we use imported material, get them from India, because they have nice quality materials. And I have no any complaint that I have had so far. But maybe later in life, we can engage. I don't know. Maybe our presidents might ban importing of the materials. But for now, we are still using the imported ones. We have not yet engaged in the local company because, as I said, when I tried once and I had complaint, so I stopped.
Well, thank you. Mr. Ombugu, we'll continue this conversation, but on this note, we just take a short breather, and then we'll come back and continue with the conversation surrounding the furniture business here in the country. Don't go away.
As the night falls, we come to life to bring you a comprehensive broadcast from the numerous events happening across our 47 counties.
When it breaks, it matters, and each story is important.
If it's Thursday, join me, Nancy Lima, and my able panelists as we break down the law jargons and analyze the Constitution in a way only you can understand.
The news cycle never stops, neither does time. We cover each and every sector and present to you factual and accurate occurrences. This is where facts win the day. Join me,
Nancy Lima,
Ian Keitany, Tuesday, every Wednesday,
Thursday,
as from 9 p.m. on The Insight, only on Lookuptv.
The story we're telling today is a story of passion in practice that grows into business.
We have partnered with the Youth Fund, talk to as many youth as possible and work with them, hold their hand.
It is an expose of captains who have decided to take on challenges in different sectors and industries within the country.
My mentors had also not started as CEOs. They grew up and they showed me how they grew in the organizations. So that's what motivated me to actually do international business. And it was a good experience.
As an individual, support in bridging that care gap, part of me also to offer a solution. I want to leave this world a better place than I found it.
This is the Captain's Arena. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage.
Thank you very much for staying with us. We're talking about much as furniture, the furniture industry and the furniture business here in the country, and of course having this conversation with Mr. David Obugu from Turi Furnitures. Mr. Obugu, before the break we were talking about you know, the importation of raw materials and probably procuring them locally. And as it stands, you still are importing them because of the complaints you had when, you know, you tried to get those raw materials from, you know, the local market. But probably from your experience, what do you think needs to be done, and maybe by the government, to ensure that we can be able to source these raw materials locally? Is it about because you probably want to presume that it is because of the quality of exactly, you know, the materials that you use. So in your opinion, what needs to be done to ensure that we can be able to go a notch higher in terms of the quality of the raw materials you know, produced and manufactured here in the country, in a bid to ensure that as well you guys can be able to procure those raw materials locally? Because if you compare the cost of procuring them locally and importing them, it will be a bit cheaper for you getting them locally. So what needs to be done?
One thing they should avoid is shortcuts. The other thing, because I have been to China, you go to China, maybe you want this kind of material. They show you like several different types of quality. They will ask you, which quality do you want? Because most, I think, I have come to realize in our nation, we have one problem. We need a profit by one night. You get? And what they do, they go for the low quality and then they charge very expensive. And that's not the way. So I think the government should regulate the quality of the product they are done in our local companies. Or whatever they produce, first the government should check about it. Simply because how comes in China, you are given the quality to choose which one you want. And then they will charge you and they will not exaggerate the price. So they should firstly check about the quality. They don't need a profit margin that is so big, and then the quality is wanting.
How do you, as Turi Furnitures, ensure that the end product, and probably because this is something we've talked about before I ask you that question, we've talked about the cost of living and the cost of, you know, making all this furniture, whether it is a bed or dining table or TV stand. There are challenges in this industry. Do you ever get to a point where you have to probably you know, give offers to your customers or reduce the prices, which might in the end of the day mean you have to reduce the profit margin in a bid to woo or get in more customers?
I do that. I really do that.
And how efficient is it in regards to, in terms of getting in more customers?
Like now, when you are a client and you come like 3 times, I must consider you. I must consider you, and then sometimes we have, maybe have like a product have overstayed in my showroom because I don't like what we call dead stock. That is not my vocabulary. So sometimes I could put a sofa at a cost, and I will release it, and then I say, this is on offer, I'll give to my royal clients. The first will come, and sometimes we have like t-shirts, we have a season, maybe holidays are coming in, and then we give them, when you buy something, we give you something. You get? And sometimes there is a season to bring more in clients and to make them come. We tell them that you have 20% discount of our normal price. And sometimes we don't make maybe at all. We just pay my workers, and then I maintain the company. But that is something that to interact with my client, because they are not just there to make client, but sometimes we are there to make our client happy and feel the place of belonging.
Now, as a player in the furniture industry here in the country, the banning, or you know, it's still of course yet to take effect, but if the president wants to ban the importation of this furniture, it means a lot of people prefer to import. Not only the political class or, you know, the big wigs, but even, you know, the middle class, the people out in the, you know, out here, you know, prefer importing furniture as compared to buying them locally. Where do you think is, where do you think the furniture imported ages out local furniture? What makes people decide that today, despite that I know someone who can do this furniture for me here in Kawendani or in Buruburu or in Nakuru, I'd prefer to go for someone who will do that job for me or import furniture from another country. It might not be China, because China is synonymous with furniture and, coming with the quality of what, they do. But what do you think makes people go or prefer importing furniture as opposed to getting it locally here in the country?
One thing that most of people, they want to import furniture from outside the country because of the finishing. The finishing, it looks so wonderful, because here we do juakari. We don't have those big machines that do a good finishing. But I wanted to assure you that the quality of imported one and the quality of local is more better. Simply because the wood we have in Kenya, it cannot be compared with the wood that is in China. Because I have seen some of recliners, what they put inside, my God, what they put inside that sofa, sometimes the wood, they are very low quality. But what we put here in Kenya, the quality of timber in Kenya, it's very good. It can stay inches and inches, even without any insects interacting with it.
Well, what do you think the government, needs to do to support the people here in the country or locally in the furniture industry? Because, like you said, banning on importation of furniture is one. But what other thing can be done to ensure that the furniture industry here in the country, or the players in the furniture industry in the country, can be boosted? What can be done by the government?
What can be boosted is like having more, training more youths, because people there are not yet trained about maybe working as a carpenter. And also security. We have a lot of insecurity sometimes to protect our business, because which assurance, because most of currently we are doing pay on delivery. Maybe you order something and you don't pay, and when we go and report, our case is like it's taken like it's not a case, you get. So we don't have enough security about our business. The other thing, those things that like counter and tax, we don't have to import them. They can be done here locally, but at cheaper price. We don't have to go all the way to China to look for counter or material. They can be done here, but locally, but at a good price. Because if they exaggerate price, we can't satisfy our clients. So the government should look on that area.
Of course, empowering local companies so that to ensure that we are able to produce the raw materials needed at a cheaper price in this particular industry. Now, even as we want to empower these industries and companies in the country to manufacture all these raw materials, you've talked about imported furniture having an age over you guys because of their finishing.
Yeah.
Where is the challenge in you emulating the same in regards to finishing? Because at the end of the day, if your competitor does something to, of course, lure or bring in more customers, you ought to emulate the same or make it even better. So what is the difficulty in doing finer finishing? If at all that is the main reason as to why people ought to or prefer to get furniture from
that's the main challenge. And note that maybe if we talk outside like China, I use China as an example, but there are many countries, but the machine that is used to do finishing is damn expensive. And then as we do with our own hands, so you cannot have the finishing of our machine and the finishing of our bare hands. We try maybe like 80%, but maybe those are ahead of us with the 20%. Because as we are using our own bare hands, them they are using a big machine which is damn expensive. I tried to look once and it's damn expensive. It's costing like 3 million. You get
3 million.
Yes.
Something that is a bit difficult for you guys to.
But when we bring those machines, then our youth don't have a lot of work to do.
So in one way, it is a disadvantage. In one way, it is an advantage in regards to it is expensive. You cannot get it. People are for imported furniture over local furniture. But at the end of the day, it is a win for the youth because they get to be employed to do this finishing using their bare hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Tough, difficult. But you said you have. Where are you guys located?
We are located along Thika Road, Roysambu.
Is the one in Nairobi the only branch, or you have branches?
We have another in Kiaburu. So, yeah, we have just 2 branches.
Where can people find you on social media?
IG, Facebook, and website also. We have 2 furnitures.
What would be your parting shot?
Pardon?
What would be your parting shot in regards to, you know, those in this particular industry, and even to the government, in regards to being able to empower you guys to ensure that you can, you know, go on or shine in regards to boosting your business?
One thing I'll talk to Kenyans, because even if government much they need to support us, they can't, because the clients are Kenyans. Most of our clients, they are Kenyans. And also our government, maybe to give us small tenders we can supply to them. Because like I thank Kiabu County government, because they have given me a tender to supply furnitures in their offices. So I could urge Kenyans, let's support our own. Let's support this youth. It's not only me that I'm benefiting, but those your children that have lost there. Even if you, and also could tell people that they want to be trained how to do sofas, they can still engage with us. We can do that for free. And we can train more and more people, and we can employ. As business grows, we can still have a room for employment.
There's one thing that I just have to take you back. When I talked about, you know, the lifting of the ban, the lifting of the ban on, you know, logging of trees on state forests, and you've talked about timber.
Yes.
It being you know, an essential raw material in your industry, your business. Has that been a plus on your end? Is it now is timber now more accessible after the lifting of that particular ban?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And then the cost has gone down because there is a lot of supplies. Initially it was a scarce, but currently we have a lot of supply, because I don't go to outsource out there to the forests, but I have people that will supply for me. So it's a win plus, because I have a lot of people who want to supply to me, and then even if they can deduct for me like 3 shillings, it's a benefit, and it's also a benefit for me and people that I'm selling to, because I also deduct some profit from my end, so that to satisfy my clients.
For youth out there who wants to venture into this particular business, how much is needed to venture into this business, really? Because from what you're talking about, it looks a bit costly, and probably someone out there wants to venture into this business would be probably, you know, wary of the cost that comes with starting this business. So what is the estimated cost of getting into this business, and as well, what does someone need to do to ensure that they stay afloat? Because at the end of the day, we have many furniture businesses in the country. What do you need to do? What do you do as Tori Furniture to ensure that you stay afloat in the market? The people, a customer can be able to come and say, yes, regardless of the fact that there are 10 businesses, for example, here in Kawangware, they will come to me.
Before you go there, if I give an example where I started, only what you need to have is a Facebook. Acting Facebook, you don't have to have a shop, and acting IG. First, you don't have to have any shop, because you can come to me. you call you call your furniture the name you want, and then you create a page on a social media platform, boost that page, bring that customer to me, you get your own profit. You don't have first to have a shop, a physical shop. You just have to have a platform, a social media. You create a page, you create any social media page, then boost that page. From there, you start growing. You get, and initially, you get like.
Just
okay, you get maybe then maybe like 5 months. You can get to start something of your own. But for now, if you are out there and you don't have anything, you just have a Facebook and Instagram.
Mr. Ombugu, I'm talking about what do I need if I want to really venture into this business?
All right.
Yes. What do I need in regards to I want to own my own business.
Or your own business.
Yes.
If you want to own your own business.
Probably from your experience when you started this particular
you know why I was talking like that? Because that's where I started. Mm-hmm. I started as a salesman from someone furniture. Mm-hmm. And then after there, I looked for a place. Around Thika Road, I looked for a place. First, you have something we call a place where you're gonna locate your business. The other thing, you need to have you can start with like 5 sets. Those are more than enough. And the other thing, you have to look for foodies, carpenters. They are all over. In actual fact, there are many. And there you are good to go. Then start marketing. You don't have to wait for a walk-in. Look for clients on social medias. Because currently people are engaging online. If you go to scroll Facebook, you see to the furniture. And you call, my contacts are there. So you don't have to have waiting for walk-in. Because sometimes you can stay under there with your stock. But when you market them online, it's the best deal you can do currently as we are talking. And you don't have, the price don't have to be that maybe like in front shop, because when you market online, customer will engage you where you are and they will trust you because they have seen your contact and your website online.
Finally, Mr. Ombugu.
Yes.
As we finish up on this particular conversation, probably there's a viewer somewhere within Nairobi or wherever, because you've said you do deliveries.
You do deliver
across the country?
Yes.
Turi Furniture on Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, Turi Furnitures.
That is where they can reach you?
Yeah.
Any parting shot? Final thing that you want to say probably to your customers or someone who wants to venture into this industry, or just your parting shot as we wrap up?
So what I can tell people that they want to venture into this business, don't panic. We started as low as 2. I think I had only 2 sets, and today we have like we have a good stock. And then what I can tell people that outside there, youth that are outside there, you can still make it in this life. You don't have to be educated that much. You don't. If you are jobless there, don't say that there's no job. You can still engage to us. We'll train you from scratch, and then we will take you through. Because I myself, somebody that is ahead of me, have carried me through. So even me, I'm gonna carry many youths as possible, and the way I can hold them. So don't panic. I will tell people outside there, don't panic. Don't say, but you can try. Try is the key thing. And having faith of what you are doing is the key thing. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. David Ombugu, for joining us today, and all the best in your business.
Thank you. I'm to be in your midst this day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that is all that we had for you today here on The Morning Drift. That has been Mr. David Ombugu from Turi Furniture, just trying to expound what are just some of the challenges that they're facing in that industry and what it takes to venture into that business. But that wraps up our conversation this morning. But remember, you can visit our website www.lookuptv.co.ke just to get an update of the stories making headlines across the 47 counties here in the country and even across the borders. Remember, today the Senate will be, of course, holding special sittings in regards to the dialogue or the bipartisan talks. We'll be following up key stories for you. Remember, again, today students are resuming their studies across the country, and despite the increase in fees, because we do understand that some institutions have increased their fees, you have to send your kid to school, because at the end of the day, education, as they say, is the only equalizer. Thank you very much for staying with us. Do keep it Lookup TV. We have a lot of programs coming your way. But until next time, I have been Keitany. Thank you very much to everybody behind the scenes. And by the way, Simba Charles Kege will be joining you tomorrow for the first time after Arsenal dropped points against Fulham. See you next time, and God bless.